Hi, welcome everyone. My name's Angela McGhee. I'm an international TV medium. I've more renowned, shall we say, for my part in the Psychic Investigators TV series, and a series about mediums who have helped to solve murders walking alongside or working alongside police detectives. I've wrote a number of books. I've served spiritualism for over 30 years. And I've been invited, me and my gift, shall I say, have been invited to do demonstrations across many countries. So I have been very, very blessed in that aspect. I don't like talking about my achievements because I don't like to brag, basically. But it sounds like it, but I thought, well, you won't know who I am and what I've done unless I speak to you. But I plan to do a series of videos about different experiences because I'm getting older and the experiences need to be aired, discussed, absorbed by those who are interested in this phenomena of mediumship, shall we say. But it's not a phenomena. To me, it's a religious belief. I just believe in the afterlife. And I know that discarnate souls can communicate. And there is a heaven because I've had a near-death experience and been to the other side. All of which I've wrote about. There's many things I've wrote about. I've got another half dozen of books in my head, but I've wrote 4 so far. And each chapter in it has a sequel because once you connect with spirit, they come back time and time again, and so do their families. Well, tonight I'm going to discuss, or shall we say, tell you about the experience. A lady phoned me from London, and she told me that her cousin had been missing since the Christmas before. I didn't realise, I had seen it on the news, but I didn't realise that there was a relative of mine that was a client. But the reason why she was phoning me was because she said they had arrested a man. They were taking him to court. And all she needed to know, because the angst of want before the court case, because a lot of people come before court cases because they want to know the outcome, because it's the anticipation and the anxiety and the fear, the build up to the day, and sometimes they come and ask me for an answer, or shall we say ask spirit for an answer. But on this occasion she was saying, they've arrested a man, they're taking him to court, do you think he's got it and will he get sentenced? Because obviously in some of those cases when they haven't got a body, but they've got some kind of circumstantial evidence and enough to take him to court, it can swing either way in court. So I could hear and feel why she was feeling that way. So anyway, I suggested that she sent a photograph across of the guy and of the culprit, shall we say. And obviously it was one of those moments where I looked into the eyes of the soul in the photo, and then it all started to reel. I just went, he has done it and he will get sentenced. And then I started to, what I call, build a psychic profile of him. And I just went, he's had a number of aliases. He belongs to almost like he's a head of a church. He got links with North London, South London. And then all of a sudden I see this, a little, in my mind, a vision of this kind of Jeep-shaped car going up and down the same road. And I saw it written up as Luton Road. I said, on the night that your cousin went missing, he was going up and down the Luton Road. I don't know where the Luton Road was, but it was definitely the Luton Road. So this is what I had to say. And so with that, she then said, please, do you think we'll ever find the body? And I said, I must explain. I said, I'm only drawn to cases where either spirit draws my attention, the police make the connection, or the family, or maybe, and it'll be all 3 then. But there are cases when I just work with the family, and of course it sometimes gets filters through to detectives of what I've said, and it obviously pricks up ears, or it may be a catalyst for them to take some action. But in this case, it was, she would say, please, do you think we'll ever find the body? And I said, well, you have to have, along with your gift of mediumship, which is, I mean, I do explain that there is a difference between psychic and medium. It's two different levels. Everybody's psychic. Everybody's got, psyche is Greek for soul. Everybody's got a spirit body that we can attune ourselves to. And it's that, that gives us our intuition, our feelings, our thoughts, and sometimes in the dream state. It'll create physical reactions. But mediumship is when your soul can receive communication from a discarnate soul from another realm. And to me, that's a higher level and a more precise and gives more clarification of things. And then my understanding of visionary, which I've had visions since a little girl, is just clear-cut visions, pictures like a newsreel, or shall we say a video recording in your mind's eye in front of you being played on top of what you can physically see. It's almost like seeing through a silk screen. So anyway, I explained that, and I said, well, there are cases that you can go in on, and you can, because you know nothing, because I actually work blind. I may even, well, sometimes I just may know the name, full stop, or a Christian name or whatever. But I always say, tell me nothing. Just let me, let spirit tell me to tell you, kind of thing. So I like to work blind. So on this occasion, I just said, look, there's times when you can go in on a case, pick up exactly what's happened to this person, the circumstances and whatever. And at the end, because sometimes it's always about giving hope or the last piece of information, because always remember that mediums don't solve crimes. It's the police with their hard work, facts and logic. They do the physical job. What we do is we may have visions of lines of inquiry that give them maybe the catalyst to think, or maybe it confirms something they're already thinking, and then they act upon it. And you play a part, obviously. But on this occasion, I just said, look, I started to explain. I said, there's the gift of discernment when you have a gift of mediumship. It goes hand in, or shall we say, it should go hand in hand. You should know the difference between the cases you can help on and the ones that will remain the pain in somebody's journey. So that's the difference. So as I was explaining this, my guides had a different plan for the rest of the conversation. So all of a sudden I said, the police have got to go back to a place where they've already looked. I said, there's the A14 coming out of Stevenage, and there's a small road comes off it. I said, and she's buried close to the roadside there under an oak tree, and that's where she'll be found. And of course, with that, I didn't realise she was taping me. So anyway, she phoned me back to say, and it was on the news, that he had got sentenced. So they did charge him. He got 17 years. And that was without the body. And so she got back to me. And she said, I went to the court case, obviously. I recorded you. I gave the recording to the officer in charge. They obviously took a look, and she said, but the amazing thing was, during the court case, they had his GPS from his phone up on a screen, and he was up and down the Luton Road that evening. So I don't know whether my evidence, or shall we say my spirit's evidence, was the catalyst for them to act upon it, because it was just shortly after they found her body in the country road under the oak tree. The country road led on to the A14 just outside Stevenage. So that's the power of spirit, and that's how powerful it can be. It's not all doom and gloom, because I've had opportunities to entertain people. They think you're an entertainment, but I think the spirit wants me to go literally to touch on people in all walks of life, in all understandings, and in all religions, because I have spent many years looking into many religions and seeing the common thread through them all, and the fact that there is a God. There is a God energy force that infiltrates everything within the universe, and the fact that spirituality is a word that we often get confused with. Spirituality is the connection between the earth, the animals, humans, and the universe. It is all as one. And the sad thing is, We are the only aspect of it that is destroying each other. But when we realise how powerful we really are, because it's westernisation and science that limits our, shall we say, our spirit and dampens our spirit. I said, but it needs to be acknowledged, released, and it needs to be back to nature, going back to the source, to realise that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and that's what life's about. Spirituality doesn't take you away from life, it moves you deeper into the understanding of it. So with that story, I just hope that you've got some questions, and if you like it, please give me a like, because this dinosaur here was not technical and didn't grow up with technology, but I would, appreciate some likes, so you can spread the word of the spirituality and the truth about being a spiritual being. If only people knew, because if they really knew about the spirit body, they wouldn't do and act the way they do in this life. Half the troubles would be solved, knowing that we're only here to help one another and to learn. And the only thing that we have to learn is grief, because it touches us all, and it's in grief where we feel the greatest love, and it's in that grief, as they say, in that despair, because in our despair we become closest to God. And I'm telling you now, it's in those despairing moments in my life that I've been given the greatest evidence of the spirit world. I'll leave you there with that, love, and have a good night. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.